And we are live with another episode of Saving the Universe with ChatGPT. Today, folks, once again, we have Broadband with us, co-creator of Saving the Universe with ChatGPT. What's up today, my friend?
Today is just another day, and every day is another day in paradise.
What kind of paradise is it?
Well, for me, it's just paradise. Nothing really much going on.
Another day
I
for
might as
me and
well,
you in paradise.
I might as well be watching the palm trees and seeing the wind and letting the wind caress the leaves of the branches of the trees. That's how peaceful it is today.
I mean, I like that kind of peace. We're
It
just
can get
gonna.
pretty quiet.
Yeah, quiet is good though, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just going to manipulate the screen a bit, just so the viewers, potential viewers, can kind of follow along with what we've got on the screen. So today, I kind of suggested to Broadband that we would try to maybe scour the internet for some articles on the latest scientific news and see what kind of reactions we can get from that. And Broadband felt like it was a good idea. But before that, maybe we could introduce this little ditty that we've got.
Saving the Universe with ChatGPT. Cultivating visionaries, inspiring communities. Join us as we endeavor to save the universe.
And that was a message from our sponsors. It was not. Just a little intro that we've done up. So there's that. So welcome back to what is it, our third episode, Broadband? I believe it's our third.
It's our third installment, I think.
Yep. And just to let you all know, your reality is not objective. We'll explore more on that in other episodes. But today, it's about science articles, news from science, and all these other things. So let's give it a science news hub. Discovery.com features articles on topics such as toxic chemicals in rainwater, the origins of life and mysteries of the deep sea. Um, hmm. That's live science. Can we go to live science? Alright, so I don't know if that's any relevance, but astronomers discover oldest known eclipse, reference in 6,000-year-old Hindu text. That's cool. We've got a article about an asteroid that slams into Earth, triggering a stunning green fireball above the Philippines, 8 hours after it was first spotted. radical quantum computing theory could lead to more powerful machines than previously imagined. NASA's newly unfurled solar sail has started tumbling end over end in orbit, surprising observations show. I mean, the solar sail is kind of interesting, but I think we can do better, to be fair. Specialist carbon nanotube AI chip built by Chinese scientists is first of its kind and 1,700 times more efficient than Google's.
Oh, wow. What is it?
A carbon nanotube AI chip built by Chinese scientists is first of its kind.
What do those do?
Oh, well, let's take a look. Scientists in China have developed a tensor processing unit, TPU, that uses carbon-based transistors instead of silicon, and they say it's extremely energy efficient.
Oh, wow.
Scientists in China have built a new type of tensor processing unit, a special type of computer chip using carbon nanotubes instead of traditional silicon semiconductor. They say the new chip could open the door to more energy-efficient artificial intelligence. AI models are hugely data-intensive and require massive amounts of computational power to run. This presents a significant obstacle to training and scaling up machine learning models, particularly as the demand for AI application grows. This is why scientists are working on making new components. From processors to computing memory, these are designed to consume orders of magnitude less energy while running the necessary computations. That's interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
It's the first to use
We're
carbon
advancing.
nanotubes. Tiny cylindrical structures made of carbon atoms arranged in a hexagonal pattern in place of traditional semiconductor materials like silicon.
Huh.
It's pretty innovative.
You know, I always said everything's getting smaller, and the smaller the things get,
The more powerful
you
they
know,
are.
the more yeah, the more powerful they are.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get the world's most fascinating discoveries delivered straight to my inbox. Sorry, Live Science. Well, let's backtrack out of here. 50,000 knots scattered throughout our DNA control gene activity. The mapping of 50,000 mysterious knots in the human genome may someday lead to the development of new cancer drugs, researchers say.
Huh.
It's pretty cool, I think.
So we might have the cure to cancer in our DNA.
Someday, maybe. Oh, just 1 second. I'm getting a knock.
Did you hear that?
What? Barely. No.
Did you need the laundry?
No, are you leaving?
We're just gonna go downstairs, but I'm leaving a little bit after that.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need anything?
Nope, I'm okay.
All right, they're doing the Overcomers group downstairs at 2 if you wanted to be a part of it.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna overcome.
You're gonna overcome upstairs.
Yeah,
you're
no,
gonna
I'm
You're
live
over
streaming right now.
top the overcome. Okay, your live stream. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
No,
All
it's
right.
okay.
All right. Thanks for the hi live stream. Hi. All right. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
I should get one of those red lights on air. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The on air light.
yeah. I always wanted one of those too.
Sunspots surge to 23-year high as solar maximum continues to intensify far beyond initial expectations. The average number of visible dark patches on the sun's surfaces in August was higher than any other month since September 2001. The final count was more than twice as high as experts initially predicted it would be. Huh. What do you think that means?
Um, Wait. I kind of didn't understand what was going on.
They were talking about how there's dark patches in the sun, the most recorded in August than there ever has been since 2001.
Oh wow, so there's more sunspots?
Yes. 23-year
So
high.
I'm thinking that's gonna affect a lot of the weather and everything in the solar system. Um, Definitely it'll affect the weather here on Earth.
Well, let's
But I'm sure that there's other ramifications of it as well.
you sound like you're in your comfy position.
I am.
So
When I eat,
ChatGPT says the recent data showing the highest amount of sunspots in almost 23 years is a significant indicator of the sun's current activity, suggesting that we are likely experiencing the solar maximum of solar cycle 25. The sunspot count, which exceeds initial predictions by more than double, underscores that this solar maximum could be far more intense than scientists originally anticipated. Sunspots, which are cooler, darker areas on the sun's surface caused by magnetic disturbances, serve as a visible marker of the solar cycle's progression. During the solar maximum, sunspots increase in number as the sun's magnetic field becomes highly tangled and eventually flips, leading to a peak in solar activity, including more frequent solar flares and coronal mass ejections. These events can have various effects on the Earth, such as disrupting satellite communications, affecting power grids, and creating vivid auroras. The 11-year solar cycle, of which we are now likely in the peak phase, alternates between periods of high and low activity. The last solar minimum occurred around 2019, when sunspot activity was extremely low. As we progress through the current solar maximum, the heightened solar activity could continue to intensify before gradually declining, leading to the next solar minimum in a few years. This unexpected intensity of the current solar cycle emphasizes the dynamic and often unpredictable nature of solar activity, which continues to be a critical area of study for understanding its impact on our planet. So that is that in a nutshell.
wow.
I'm almost reading you to sleep, aren't I?
No, I'm just thinking about it. It's like, the sun is our main source of energy here on Earth for life to exist. And, the fact that we might see a peak in solar activity. I mean, I've always been kind of scared of the sun almost because, the my biggest fear about the sun is that a coronal mass ejection is gonna come out and fry the earth from the outside and, destroy all life as we know it. But, you know, I've never seen the aurora borealis or anything like that. but it would be pretty neat to see that kind of stuff down here in Arizona, because we're so far down south that we wouldn't be able to see them normally.
Do you want to see this article? It says Space Photo of the Week, Milky Way's galactic twin captured by dark energy camera.
Oh,
NGC,
I'd like to see that.
NGC 6744 is a spiral galaxy bigger than, but otherwise very similar to our own. NASA has dubbed the large spiral galaxy the Milky Way's big brother.
Huh.
It's 30 million light years away in the constellation Pavo. Why it's so special? Because we're embedded within the Milky Way, and there's no way of sending spacecraft much farther than the solar system's edge. Astronomers have no way of taking an image of our home galaxy, so to better understand how the Milky Way looks from the outside, and to learn more about how it formed and its evolving, scientists have to study other spiral galaxies. One of the best examples is NGC 6744, a spiral galaxy that's very similar to our own. With spiral arms spanning 175,000 light years across, NGC 6744 is larger than the Milky Way, which spans about 100,000 light years, according to NASA. About 60% of all galaxies are considered spirals, so most of the stars in the universe are located within them, and NG 6744 is considered an archetype of this type of galaxy. The spectacular new image features a bright nucleus and the lanes of dust that fuel star formation. To the left of NG 6744 is a faint arm not seen in most images of the galaxy, while to the lower right, at the end of the spiral arm, is a faint companion galaxy known as NGC 6744A. One of the most detailed of NGC ever taken was created using the Dark Energy Camera on the Victor M. Blanco 4 Meteor Telescope at the U.S. National Science Foundation's Cerro Tololo Inter-American Observatory, a program of NSF NORLAB that's based on a mountaintop near La Serena in Chile. Scientists are using the Dark Energy Cam to construct the most extensive 3D map of the night sky ever made. Cerro Tolo is home to the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, which in 2025 will use humanity's largest camera to image the entire southern hemisphere night sky every 3 nights as part of a groundbreaking legacy survey of space and time. The project aims to identify anything that moves in the night sky, from supernova to comets and asteroids.
Wow.
And that's pretty cool. I wonder if I don't know. I know it's not very like save the universe type information. Astronomers discover new odd radio circle near the center of our galaxy. A mysterious ring, invisible at all wavelengths except radio, could be a trace of dramatically unstable stars shedding its skin. Why is everything in space always moving? That's one question someone's proposed.
I mean, I don't really know much about it, but I mean,
this one is actually a cool article. I seen this one earlier today. So, Apparently, NASA discovers a planet-wide electric field around Earth that's shooting bits of our atmosphere into space. Scientists have discovered a planet-wide electric field surrounding Earth, confirming a 60-year-old hypothesis. Studying the field could yield some vital information about how our planet's atmosphere has evolved. The field known as the ambipolar electric field was discovered by NASA's suborbital Endurance rocket more than 60 years after it was first hypothesized, and is thought to be as fundamental to our planet as its better known magnetic and gravitational fields. By studying it, scientists hope to get a better understanding of how our planet's atmosphere evolved and how it behaves today. Any planet with an atmosphere should have an ambipolar field. Now they're saying.
An MV polar field?
An ambipolar field. In a layer
What's
of
that
Earth's,
again?
It's an electric. Field around Earth. Beyond the electromagnetic field.
Right.
They're saying any planet with an atmosphere should have an ambipolar field. Study principal investigator. Now that we've finally measured it, we can begin learning how it shaped our planet as well as others over time. So in a layer of Earth's atmosphere known as the ionosphere, above the Earth's surface, ultraviolet radiation from the sun bombards atoms, stripping them of electrons to transform them into ions. In theory, this should create a slight electric field around our planet, as well as others like it. Hints of the electric field's existence were first detected in 1968 by spacecraft flying over our planet's north and south poles. They came in the form of a polar wind, or a stream of particles that were streaming from Earth's atmosphere into space. It says some of Earth's atmosphere is expected to escape into space, especially after it's heated by sunlight, but the polar wind was altogether more mysterious. The particles in it were cold, meaning they had not been heated up, but were somehow still moving at speeds that broke the sound barrier.
Huh.
Something had to be drawing these particles out of the atmosphere, yet detecting a possible electric field proved difficult. The field was very weak, with detectable fluctuations only taking place over distances of hundreds of miles. To investigate the origins of the polar wind, the researchers launched the Endurance rocket from a rocket range of Svalbard near the North Pole, sending it to an altitude of 477 miles above the ground before it splash landed in the Greenland Sea 19 minutes later. Over the 322-mile range across which Endurance collected data, it detected a minuscule 0.55 volt change, about the strength of a watch battery. Nonetheless, this voltage difference pushes hydrogen ions, the most abundant particles in the solar wind, with a force of 10.6 times stronger than gravity. That's more than enough to counter gravity. In fact, it's enough to launch atmospheric particles upwards into space at supersonic speeds. It's like this conveyor belt lifting the atmosphere up into space. Now that the field has been detected, the scientists say that studying the field should help us learn how it changed Earth's atmosphere across our planet's lifetime. They also expect to find similar electric fields in the atmosphere of planets such as Venus and Mars. Cool, right?
Wow. Yeah, that's...
So not only the lack of that field on Mars or the strength of that field would determine how the atmosphere stays in too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Scientists confirm that most of the universe is darkness and nothing more.
Dang.
AI uncovers the universe's settings with unprecedented precision, and it could help to resolve the Hubble tension. The new AI system can estimate cosmological parameters with stunning precision, and it could help astronomers unpick one of the thorniest problems in the field. Astrophysicists have used artificial intelligence to precisely estimate 5 of the universe's 6 settings. With unprecedented precision, the system could one day help researchers crack the mystery of the Hubble tension. Scientists use 6 cosmological parameters to describe the large-scale makeup of our universe. These describe the density of its ordinary matter, or baryons, the density of dark matter and dark energy, and the conditions immediately following the Big Bang, including the universe's opacity and clumpiness. Getting precise estimates of these numbers is important for understanding how our universe began and how it will evolve, but traditional methods typically only estimate these parameters by looking at the way galaxies are spread out over large scales. By applying
Wow.
AI to the problem, the researchers were able to extract numbers for the parameters across smaller scales, yielding a result for our universe's matter clumping that had less than half the uncertainty of previous results. The scientists published their findings August 21st in the journal Nature Astronomy. Each of these telescope surveys costs hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. Study co-author Shirley Ho, a group leader at the Flatiron Institute's Center of Computational Astrophysics in New York City, said in a statement, "The main reason these surveys exist is because we want to understand these cosmological parameters better. So if you think about it in a very practical sense, these parameters are worth tens of millions of dollars each. You want the best analysis
Wow.
you can to extract as much knowledge out of these surveys as possible and push the boundaries of our understanding of the universe." The researchers trained their AI systems on 2,000 models of box-shaped universes, each with different cosmological settings, and muddied data to reflect the limitations in real-life observations. This enabled their model to spot patterns in how galaxies looked based upon the alterations made to each universe's settings. And then the researchers presented AI with 109,633 real galaxies measured by the Baryon Oscillation Spectroscopic Survey. The system produced estimates for the cosmological parameters that were as precise as a traditional survey using 4 times as many galaxies. Past efforts to estimate the parameters haven't been able to go down to small scales. An associate researcher at Princeton University said the statement, "For a couple of years now, we've known that there's additional information there, we just didn't have a good way of extracting it." The researchers have proposed a number of applications for their method, possibly the most exciting of which will be to study the Hubble tension. For years, scientists have been locked in a fierce debate over the tension, a problem which arises from mismatched estimates showing the universe is expanding at different rates depending on where in space astronomers look. By feeding data from new cosmic surveys coming online in the next few years into their model, the researchers hope to arrive at an understanding of whether the tension could be resolved, or if it demands a completely new model of the universe. If we measure the quantities very precisely and can firmly say that there is a tension, that could reveal new physics about dark energy and the expansion of the universe.
Oh, wow.
You're. Oh. It's okay. Special guest, Joel
Yeah.
Wittich.
Hey man, if the downstairs door, if O'Connor's glass might come to replace his window, Corey's window. If you hear anyone beating on that door, could you let him in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
About time.
I doubt they're gonna come back, but they usually swing by once and then it takes days again. But
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Bless you.
You too.
All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, so that's exciting news.
Oh yeah.
AI hallucinations can lead to catastrophic mistakes, but a new approach makes automated decisions more reliable. Arctic expedition uncovers deep sea microbes that may harbor the next generation of antibiotics. The James Webb Telescope spots 6 enormous rogue planets tumbling through space without a star. Interesting. The objects are believed to have formed directly from gas collapse, blurring the lines between planets and stars. The James Webb Telescope has spotted 6 rogue planets drifting freely through space, unearthed from the gravity of any companion stars. The planets are wandering through the Perseus molecular cloud, 960 light years away, and range in size from 5 to 10 times the mass of Jupiter. Oh, wow.
Wow.
The strange cosmic vagabonds are evidence that gigantic planets can form in much the same way as stars, congealing directly from turbulent clouds of collapsing interstellar gas. Scientists said the researchers' findings have been accepted for publication in the Astronomical Journal and are available on the preprint server. We are probing the very limits of the star-forming process. If you have an object that looks like a young Jupiter, is it possible that it could have become a star under the right conditions? This is important context for understanding both star and planet formation. Typically, planets form from the leftover gas and dust used in the formation of stars, creating solar systems such as our own. But not every planet is made by this process. Sometimes gigantic planets can form directly from gas collapse, the study author said. Huh. Ancient Egyptians used so much copper they polluted the harbor near the pyramids. Oh, did we get you to sleep, Mike?
No.
I thought I heard a little snore, my friend.
No. I'm just thinking. I'm also laying in a certain position. I'm trying to stretch out my muscles in my legs
this
because
is probably the weirdest thing I've ever heard. You ready for this?
All right, go for it.
Mice on remote island that eat albatrosses alive sentenced to death by bombing, scientists decree.
What?
Yep. So the wandering albatrosses of Marion Island can't defend themselves against an invasive mice population that devours birds alive. but conservationists say a rodent-side bomb could save them. Invasive mice are devouring albatrosses alive on a remote island in the Indian Ocean. So conservationists have come up with an explosive solution, bombing the mice. Mice have been wreaking havoc on Marion Island between South Africa and Antarctica for decades. Humans accidentally introduced the mice in the 19th century, and the rodents have since developed a taste for wandering albatrosses and other threatened seabirds. The Mouse-Free Marion Project, a collaboration between the South African government and the BirdLife South Africa, is trying to raise $29 million to drop 660 tons of rodenticide-laced pellets onto the land in winter 2027. Imagine.
Did I lose you?
Nope. You can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those poor mice. Did you hear about Elon
Yeah.
Musk's new AI, Colossus?
No. What's Colossus up to?
You should Google it, or you should try to find out while we're browsing this.
All right.
Wait, 200 meteorites on Earth traced to 5 craters on Mars. Astronomers have traced the origins of 200 meteorites to 5 impact craters in 2 volcanic regions on Mars, known as Tharsis and Elysium. Oh, here we go. Fallout from NASA's asteroid-smashing DART mission could hit Earth, potentially triggering first human-caused meteor shower. A new study suggests that millions of tiny space rock fragments, which were ejected from the 2022 collision between asteroid Dimorphos and NASA's DART spacecraft, may be on a collision course with Earth and Mars. It will burn up in the atmosphere anyway, though, so... So, also, scientists are working on replacing the atomic clock with the nuclear clock, which will hold time more precisely.
I just think it's crazy we even have a clock in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about changing it.
Ooh. A virus that causes COVID-19 uses a secret backdoor to infect the brain. A mutation on the spike protein of the virus that causes COVID-19 could help it infect the brain by forcing it to use a cellular backdoor.
Huh.
Enhancing future generations with CRISPR is a road to a new eugenics, says ethicist Rosemary Garland Thompson. Eugenics seeks to improve by eliminating the characteristics considered at a particular time and place to be disadvantages and to maximize those considered normal. Gene editing technology, my friend. This is what CRISPR is.
All right. Isn't CRISPR like when they splice human DNA?
It's a CRISPR gene editing technology.
So essentially they get to write code in DNA.
I want to see what ChatGPT, if it has anything to say about this stuff. Did you find anything about Colossus yet?
Colossus.
So CRISPR stands
Wait.
for clustered, regularly interspaced, short paleodomic repeats. Paleodromic repeats.
What does paleodromic mean?
Technology to manipulate human genetics in ways that could lead to the intentional selection or alteration of traits, potentially in pursuing of creating enhanced or desirable individuals. This concept brings forth significant ethical, social, and scientific concerns, reminiscent of past eugenic movements, but with far more powerful and precise tools at humanity's disposal. So it allows scientists to precisely edit genes with an organism's DNA. In humans, this could mean the ability to remove or modify genes associated with genetic disorders, but it also opens the door to enhancing traits like intelligence, physical appearance, or athletic ability. Maybe they could give us the ability to fly. So Colossus, AI, Elon Musk. Are you still there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did you find Colossus?
Colossus. That is.
AI.
Remind me what's there?
Elon Musk's
Oh,
AI,
yeah.
Colossus.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. How do you spell Colossus?
COLOSUS. Elon Musk Colossus AI.
This article says 2 days ago, Elon Musk just fired up Colossus, the world's largest NVIDIA GPU supercomputer. Built in just 3 months from start to finish. Wow.
And apparently it's huge. But what does it do?
Let's see.
Imagine we could figure out a way to save the world by playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Let's see. Have you heard of Optimus?
Autobots, roll out.
It's a humanoid robot, and they're saying that Colossus could form the artificial intelligence powering the EV manufacturer's humanoid robot Optimus. That sounds like some
Terminator stuff.
like yeah. I was gonna say Pacific Rim or something.
Did you know that chlamydia may hide in the gut and cause repeated infections?
Really?
Yep. Just says here, a mini model of the human intestine suggests that chlamydia bacteria can colonize the gut, potentially contributing to recurrent infections.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Rare doomsday fish said to bring earthquake spotted in California days before LA quake. A rare oarfish off California 2 days before an earthquake, mirroring folklore that says the deep sea creatures are doomsday fish. Some black holes have a heartbeat, and astronomers may finally know why. Do you want to read that one?
Let's look into it.
All right. A tiny fraction of known black holes emit X-ray signals that resemble a human heartbeat. Now, new research may finally explain the strange phenomena. Black holes aren't alive, but it turns out that they can have a heartbeat if they're consuming enormous amounts of gas, and new researchers have discovered just how the heartbeat works. It's just a black hole with indigestion. If the heartbeat, maybe it's like they're trying not to fart the gas out, you know?
Oh my God.
When black holes exist in a binary system, sharing an orbit with another star, they can pull gas from a stellar companion. When this happens, the gas compresses and heats up to incredibly high temperatures, emitting copious amounts of X-ray radiation in the process. It's through this process that astronomers first identified black holes with the famous case of Cygnus X1, one of the brightest sources of X-rays in our sky. In the midst of this feeding frenzy, which can last for thousands to even millions of years, there can occasionally be a tremendous outburst. This is a sudden flare of X-rays caused by the quick consumption of an enormous amount of material at once. But as we're
If only there was a way to
this,
capture all that energy.
well, as we're observing this, we're already seeing it in the past. It's already happened and it's too late. You know what I mean? By the time anyone travels to that, it's already done, you know? Like every star that
Yeah.
we see it in the past. We don't see it in the present. Because of time and
Yeah.
light and distance and right, the way light travels. So if a star's burnt out, it burnt out long ago. Right? If yeah, anyway, that's the brain stores at least 3 copies of every memory. A new study in mice suggests that the brain creates multiple copies of memories, which enables it to regulate how they change over time. Memories evolve throughout our lifetime, changing as we learn and experience new things, and as we recall a memory repeatedly. And then memories degrade as we age. Previously, scientists thought that this malleability, I was talking about malleable memories earlier today, was the result of changes in the brain cells that originally encoded the memory, and they believed these cells stored just 1 copy of every memory in the brain. However, new research suggests that might not be true. The scientists found that in rodents, the brain stores at least 3 copies of a given memory, encoding it in multiple places in the organ. These copies are encoded by different groups of neurons in the hippocampus, a brain region critical for learning and memory. The copies vary in terms of when they're created, how long they last, and how modifiable they are through time. In the new study published August 16th, the journal Science, the scientists showed that as mice encode new memories, they first create so-called early-born neurons. These neurons are responsible for storing a long-term copy of the memory that is initially weak but becomes stronger over time. Next comes middle ground neurons, which are more stable from the outset, followed by late-born neurons. That form the beginning encode, followed by late-born neurons that form the beginning encode very strong copies of a memory. However, that strength fades over time. So they've got the long term that increases over time, and they've got the middle one that decreases over time. Researchers uncovered these findings by examining the activity of different groups of neurons in the hippocampus after mice had completed various memory tasks. These tasks involved learning to avoid harmful situations, such as receiving an electric shock to their feet, before being confronted with the same task later on. The way these three groups of neurons operate on different timescales may help explain how the brain regulates memories over time. The study authors suggest, however, it's still unclear how exactly these neurons interact with each other to facilitate this. Study co-author Flavio Donato, an assistant professor of neurobiology at the University of Basel in Switzerland, told Lab Science. Notably, the memories stored by late neurons were more plastic or malleable than those of early born neurons. The team found this suggests at the start of memory formation, when early born neurons reign, the information stored remains fairly stable over time, while memories stored later on are more easily warped by new information. If the same phenomenon happens in humans, this finding could someday lead to the development of new therapies for specific disorders. In post-traumatic stress disorder, people experience intrusive memories, meaning unwanted, distressing memories of a traumatic event. Perhaps a drug could be designed that preferentially activates late-born neurons, which are more plastic and thus more receptive to psychotherapy, he said. And in the case of people with memory loss due to dementia, meanwhile, other type of drug could stimulate the activity of early-born neurons, whose data is stored more rigidly. Broadly speaking, such treatments would manipulate the properties of a memory by selecting which type of neurons is used to encode it in the brain. He says, I feel like we now have biological entry points to modulate the plasticity of memory in a way that might allow us to push it towards being more or less plastic in order to preserve it or basically rewrite it. I was literally talking to AI about rewriting memories today. The world's first flexible solar panel is thin enough to turn your smartphone case into a mini power generator. You still with us, Mikey? Mike? Mikey? Oh no, everybody, I think we lost Mike. I think we lost him. He might have fallen asleep on us. Watch a star get destroyed by a supermassive black hole in the first simulation of its kind. Are we able to do that? Where's the simulation? Where? Oh. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. I think we can watch it. I wonder what they used to make it. Yeah, that is. So we didn't even get an hour in, and I talked my friend to sleep.
Hello?
Hey!
It totally kicked me off.
Oh, did it? I was wondering what was
Yeah.
going on. I thought you fell asleep.
No, I just like was listening to you read articles and then you weren't reading articles anymore and I was like, where did Knuckles go?
Huh.
Yeah. And I come on here and I'm like, I'm not even in the channel anymore.
Oh, I told everybody you fell asleep on us.
No. No, I didn't fall asleep on you.
So they've here. Let me go back a bit. One page, I think, or maybe yeah, one page. So the world's first flexible solar panel is thin enough to turn your smartphone case into a mini power generator.
Really?
I mean, if you took those solar panels and put them on cars and made them the body of the cars, you would essentially have a car that runs on solar panels.
That's neat.
That's just my presumption. Apparently, the James Webb Telescope catches baby stars roaring to life. Shows that when clouds collapse to form stars, all of those stars spin in the same direction.
Huh.
That would kind of tell me that there's some sort of current in space.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way, huh?
Yeah, it really does. I really have no idea what this means, but it says largest animal genome sequenced, and just one chromosome is the size of the entire human genome.
Oh, wow.
Lungfish. Ancient fish that breathe air.
Did I lose you again?
No, no, I'm still here. I was just looking through. So, are we able to use um, Colossus?
Um, I don't know, but the article I was reading says that it might power a robot that he's been working on called Optimus.
Hmm.
Some pretty interesting stuff.
So I should look into Optimus.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's see what Techpedia says. Elon Musk's XAI Colossus supercomputer comes online with 100,000 NVIDIA GPUs. Wow, that's 100,000 video cards.
Yep. It's a lot of graphics for an AI.
It's the processing power. Commenced operations of a new supercomputer with 100,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs at its new Memphis, Tennessee facility. A supercomputer meant to train models at Elon Musk-led xAI has come online, in line with the startup's ambitious plans to make the supercomputer fully operational by the end of 2025. The first phase was completed in just 4 months. The supercomputer, called Colossus and presumably named after the supercomputer from the 1970 Hollywood sci-fi classic Colossus, the Forbin Project. It comprises a cluster of 100,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. It's located in Memphis. Previously, the plant was previously owned by Electrolux. Musk plans to build a gigafactory of compute. Colossus is believed to have one of the largest fleets of GPUs in a single cluster. Musk envisions expanding the cluster to double in size, including 500 additional NVIDIA H200s, which are newer and offer higher computational memory. The tech mogul had previously committed to spending $3.4 billion on sourcing GPUs. Understandably, these GPUs are some of the most sought-after tech products presently. Their surging demand has boosted NVIDIA's market cap and helped it become the world's most valued company earlier this year. Procuring these, however, may be a challenge, as the leading tech giants, including Meta, Google, Amazon, and Microsoft, are all vying for NVIDIA's Silicon XA1. XA1 circumvented this challenge by securing the initial batch of GPUs that were originally delivered to Tesla. The most imminent use case, newly charged up supercomputers to train the next version of Grok, an AI chatbot that is accessible to paid subscribers on X. While xAI released Grok 2 in a beta preview in August, Musk has already confirmed Grok 3 will arrive by the end of 2024 and be trained using the new cluster. Hundreds of thousands of GPUs combined are expected to accelerate Grok's learning significantly. However, there is no guarantee it will ensure it will surpass the capabilities of AI models by other companies, especially as the likes of Meta plan to balloon their portfolio of GPUs by a significantly larger margin. In addition to Grok, the supercomputer can be expected to train the underlying AI models that will power the Tesla Optimus robot. Now we can open up an article about that. Well, they'll be working in Tesla factories next year, including that the humanoid robots could lift Tesla's market cap $25 trillion. Musk sees Tesla building robots at volume for around $10,000 and selling them for $20,000. He also said wow, we could own one for $20,000? That's pretty good, actually. Limited production, but made no mention of customer deliveries. We saw a robot folding laundry. The demo came under fire from robotics engineers who said it was misleading as the robots weren't autonomous and were being operated by humans. Musk has been vague about exactly what Optimus' capabilities are. He suggests that someday the robots could cook and clean, teach children, or even do factory work. I mean, that's pretty cool. Tokenizing water? Oh, great. Did we lose you again, Mike?
No.
Okay.
Just deep in thought about all these topics.
I mean, it is
We got
pretty
sunspot
deep,
from the
right?
sun. Yeah. We got the sunspots on the sun, and we got possible currents in the universe. Elon Musk developing an AI, as well as a robot. I mean, all these things are just mind blowing.
Hmm. There's an AI model collapse theory that says they use the internet to train, but now that there's so much content produced by AI, the AI is training off of AI output, which is not good. Oh, we're getting a Windows 12. None of this, by any means, is going to save the universe that we know of.
But hey, it's still interesting to gain that knowledge.
True.
We can use the examples that we get from the articles to develop our own stuff.
Just looking through some articles about AI. AI protects Wimbledon players from online abuse.
What?
I don't know.
It's amazing what AI can do.
Oh, here's something. How AI increases carbon production and puts net zero in jeopardy. AI is a carbon-intensive technology. While many companies are committing towards net zero emissions, the growth in AI used theaters to throw a spanner in the works as investment in carbon-intensive models and infrastructure continues. A new report released by Google this week revealed that the tech giant's greenhouse gas emissions increased by 48% in 5 years due to the demand for AI energy. The tech giant noted that this was primarily due to increases in data center energy consumption and supply chain emissions. But with that being said, and that new carbon tunnel chip that China's created reduces the energy needed to compute and computes better and faster. so soon that won't be an issue. Once everybody uses those carbon tunnel conducting things that we were reading in the beginning, the TPU.
What's TPU stand for again?
The tunnel thing. No, tessellate. Maybe tessellated. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Situational awareness. Where is AI heading next? The era of commercial quantum computing has begun. Interesting. Yep, it's quite a world out there.
Indeed.
Google's AI-powered Ask Photos is available to find relevant snapshots. Google has made it much easier to search the Photos app, including through an early access Ask Photos feature that uses Gemini AI. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We didn't find anything really great today in the news. There's some stuff, but nothing great. That's for sure.
But hey, we still found some interesting
information.
tidbits of information.
Yeah. Nothing that's going to save the universe, though. Yeah, nothing that's going to save the universe. But I think we might wrap up today's episode for now, and we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll have a more focused topic to discuss tomorrow. And hopefully people will be able to leave some comments and share their thoughts. And if there's anything that you guys feel like we should look into to see and talk about, then feel free to leave that in the comments. We've also got a Discord channel that we'll be putting in our link to the YouTube page, or from our YouTube account, I guess, on the page to our Discord, that you can join there. But in the meantime, be safe, keep your mind open, and do you have anything to say, Broadband?
Well, just stay educated, my friends.
That's it. Stay educated.
Knowledge is power.
And with great power comes great responsibility.
Yep.
Bye for now.